Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix, and this is one of my favorite cars of the year. It is a 2022 Bronco Raptor. Now, I was so in love with this car when you saw the interview that I did on a previous segment that I actually ordered one right there on the spot. I decided not to go with the code orange, which is the exclusive color for the Bronco Raptor. I went with the red because I just think it stands out better with the graphics. So we're going to show you this vehicle, we're going to show you why I bought it, why you probably want to look for one yourself if you're truly into the off-roading and some cool things on Bronco. And then in the end, I'll give you some information I have that I got from some of the engineers. Let's get started with the vehicle itself. Now, if you saw the previous video, we got a lot of details from one of the engineers, but one of the things that we noticed right away is this same grille design that you see on the regular Raptor. You'll also note that the headlights and the markers are yellow, a throwback to the original Bronco. Also, there are 3 yellow lights here and lights on the sides of the mirrors that are also yellow, again, part of that throwback. You've got all kinds of attachment points on the front of this vehicle, so you could add on whatever it is you want for off-road, whether it be a winch or whatever. It was designed working with companies like Warren in order to make this vehicle compatible with what you're gonna do with it. You'll also note this vehicle has a full skid plate, all underbody, from the front to the back, protecting all those special components that are part of what makes Bronco really special. One of the coolest features are these vents that go along the side of the front fender, and also this matte black or carbon black hood cover that has Raptor right on it. It makes me want to make that R red like the Raptor R because I think they need a Bronco Raptor R, and I did suggest it to one of the engineers. Below these super awesome carbon black muscular fenders is 37-inch tires that are BF Goodrich TAs that are K02 tires. They're designed for off-roading, and they are not that loud on the interior. You would think they would be, but this is designed specifically for the Bronco Raptor. Riding on a 17-inch alloy wheel, and yeah, it's all bolted on. Really nice. There are different wheel options as well. I chose the black because I wanted this vehicle to really stand out and be a unique looking piece. That's why I had to get the graphics package, which I think is required. To give you an idea how big this Bronco is compared to the regular Bronco, I'm 5'8", and this vehicle is pretty huge. Now, there's a lot of really neat features on this car as we work our way back. These panels removed, the doors removed. It's very cold here today in Buffalo, but I plan to do that when the weather warms up a little bit, although the sun may be out. It never gets that warm here during the winter. I'm really glad that because of the height of this vehicle, that these running boards have a really nice gritty material on them, so you can actually not slide off of it. And it has the word Raptor embossed in here as well. Typical as you'd see on any Ford truck, you've got your number code to get in case you want to leave your vehicle and all your valuables in the back of the vehicle. Super easy to lock it as well, and the mirrors are removable and they also fold in. This only comes as a 4-door Bronco. That's really important to note as well. Again, here's that cool graphics package. Right next to this cool Raptor decal package is the gas door, but there's something I want to show you inside. There's a lot of Easter eggs that are on this vehicle, and those are sort of history markers or that sort of remind you what you're driving. You've got the Rod Millen original truck here when the Bronco Raptor came back to racing, and the current vehicle all right underneath your gas cap. Here's another cool Easter egg I found on the hood vent. 1967, 1969, 1971, and 1972, representing the years that the Bronco won some off-road races. On the back of the Bronco, there's some very special features. You'll notice that the tail lights are different. LED, both front and rear. There's split tail lights. They've got additional support here to protect them, especially if you're off-roading. You'll also notice this special exoskeleton to hold that full-size 37-inch tire, which is here. Also, you'll see that the backup camera has an extended pole so you can see behind you, because you do need that around view camera, especially with off-roading. The third brake light is 3 segmentations. It's also LED, it's up higher, and it's special for the Bronco Raptor. One other feature that I really like about this vehicle is this matte black Bronco Raptor, just kicking butt. I love it. In front of you, you've got a 12-inch gauge cluster, which has a lot of information, including making sure people are belted. And a lot of this information can be adjusted based on the pages that you want, the information that you prefer, and of course there's up and down arrows information. You can hit OK, get that Raptor information, and that'll allow you to do the off-roading. You can do the My Gauges and your measurements, including your pitch and roll. Right now we're not doing anything exciting, but it's good to know that you have this, your power distribution. A lot of this is all standard for Raptor. Your driver assistance, well, that has to do with your safety features. That's a whole nother animal. There's a lot of safety features on this vehicle. Personally, I like them off, but your Raptor status is all right there, and you can adjust that as you wish. Your off-road status is also kind of neat because you can make and adjust the things that you want. This vehicle is super, super capable, which I think a lot of people don't realize. They think, oh, it's just another fast truck like a TRX. No, this vehicle offers a heck of a lot. And on those driver assistance features, all of that is standard. The only option is when you buy the Luxe package, you'll get the adaptive cruise control and the forward sensing system. But the Co-Pilot 360 suite is standard on all Broncos. The center screen is a Sync 4 system. It is a 12-inch screen. It's very large. It's touch, which is great. And of course, adding that to your digital cluster makes this car really top technology for its era. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, as well as a Wi-Fi hotspot. In that Luxe package, you also get Bang & Olufsen audio, which we have on this vehicle. Leather-wrapped steering wheel with that Bronco there, and that Raptor logo right here. Nice carbon fiber. Love the carbon. Too bad you couldn't get those wide fender flares in carbon. I don't know, what do you think? Think that would look cool? I'm sure it'd be very expensive, but you can put that in the comments down below. You'll also see some of the other features that are here. That is the steering wheel adjustment. This is your R button. When you press this, it goes right into the Raptor mode, so you can set that up however you'd like. And then going to this side, this adjusts your suspension. You press that once, you get normal, sport, or off-road. And to the right of that is the exhaust button, which goes normal, sport, Baja, and quiet. And you know I want it on Baja, which means it's supposed to be for off-road, but yeah, right. I'm using it for the street. One thing you'll note is that engine start-stop button, which is standard on all the Broncos, that it has a little line that matches the lighting signature on the front, and it's also orange. You'll also notice some more code orange details on the vents. You'll notice that on the Bronco logo is orange, and on those grips to get in and out, that's also orange. You'll have upper buttons, which include stability bar disconnect, front and rear lockers, trail turn assist, traction lock, and your hazard lights. Those are standard on the Bronco Raptor. It is soft touch, real stitching, really nice. There is also a mount here for a GoPro, and that I'm using for my radar detector. And of course, I told you I had a Bucky. He's there, along with my radar detector, because I think you need one in a vehicle like this. You also have storage up front if you want to use it. It's on both sides. I'm just putting the connection for my Valentine radar detector there. Further down, you've got your volume controls for your audio system, the ability to shut that start-stop button off, which I despise. You've got your climate control, 3-stage heated seats, heated steering wheel. That's your climate, pretty simple. Down below in the center console, you've got USB-C and USB connection, as well as wireless charging. You will need an adapter for a radar detector because the only connection that they have for an outlet is in the glove box. Here's another Easter egg on the center console, just to the right of the shifter. In the center, it says Ford Performance and that original grille. Really nice, nicely done. There are 2 cup holders to the right. The code orange dial for your G.O.A.T modes. In this case, it's not greatest of all time. It is goes on all terrain. The Prindle has carbon fiber on it, and then it's leather with the stitching. The leather seats are optional, otherwise they come vinyl. I ordered our Raptor seats, which are super comfortable. Tons of adjustments in the leather with the perforation. It looks good, and you can see there's like an orange tint to it as well. The center console has that Raptor logo embossed, but as you go down the front of it, you'll see that it's locking. Good if you've got a firearm or your wallet or something you want to keep safe. Then you have your controls for your windows and your mirrors. Notice they appear to be upside down, but it's because your hand comes down from the top. That's your window lifts, your window locks, and it's actually more intuitive this way. There are overhead auxiliary paddles that you can install for a winch, for lighting, for whatever you need, power supplies, and that is standard with the Bronco Raptor. I'm really impressed with the seating comfort of this vehicle, not just the lumbar on both sides, but also the fact the seats are very, very comfortable. Of course, we got the leather seating. You could get the vinyl seating. And the one thing that's also really interesting about this car is the turning radius. You would think a vehicle like this could never do a U-turn. Well, I'm doing one in a pretty tight parking spot. Not a problem whatsoever. The question is, could you drive this on the road every day, use it as your one and only vehicle? Oh yeah, you could do that without question. You've got 60 cubic inches of storage in the back. You've got all the safety features that you're going to need. It's got the technology and the connectivity that you want, and it's got really good performance. I know it's not a V8 exhaust, but they did a really nice job working with what they have. And then maybe a Bronco Raptor R would be the 5-liter engine that we're looking for. I know they have an F-150 Raptor R, and that's got the bigger motor. That's the Shelby motor. But this could be interesting with a V8 engine. I am sure people will be already putting V8s in it. Companies like Hennessy are already doing that. So if you own one of these vehicles and it's just not enough power for you, send it down to Hennessy. They'll take care of you. They'll leave you with a little less in your pocketbook, but you'll have an awesome truck. Jumping into the second row, you'll find that there's a lot of space. The seat's set for someone taller than me. I'm 5'8". There's tons of headroom. And by the way, these panels are insulated, so you don't pick up a lot of exterior road noise. And of course, the panels are removable and fit in back. You've got nets here that have the Raptor code orange logo on it, as well as these Molly grids. And then of course that logo that is right here on the floor on the rubber mat that comes with it. And it tells you also, my favorite is no step. I don't know who's going to be standing on the center console, but behind the rear seat, you've got your windows and of course your outlets for charging. And in the center console, you've got 2 cup holders. This vehicle seats 4 very comfortably, and it does have these code orange red seat belts all the way around, which I really, really like. Overall, this vehicle has everything you'd want to use for off-roading, and you can even get 2 child safety seats back here too. Under the hood of the Braptor or Bronco Raptor is a 3-liter EcoBoost V6 with twin turbocharge. I know that we all wanted that V8 engine. Maybe they'll do a Bronco Raptor R and then we'll get that. But this engine has 418 horsepower, 440 pound-feet of torque. It's backed by a 10-speed automatic transmission that comes out of an F-150 because you need that extra transmission strength for this motor. 0 to 60 time, 5.6 seconds, 15 miles to the gallon combined, which isn't great, but who cares when you're driving a cool vehicle like this. Weight of this vehicle is 5,750 pounds. Towing capacity, 4,500 pounds, which is 1,000 more than the regular Bronco. There is also a unique tow haul mode and true dual exhaust. One of the reasons I bought this vehicle is it's freaking cool looking. It's got great power, and it's easily drivable on-road and off-road. I think that's one of the things you don't always get. You buy a vehicle that's great off-road, it's not so good on-road. And in this case, you've got everything you've got in a Raptor as far as exhaust. You can hear that. I love the sound of the exhaust on this. I know it's only a 3-liter V6. One thing that you're going to note right away is you've got super high visibility, which a lot of people like because you can really see where you're going on the street. Because we live in the Buffalo, New York area, there really isn't a lot of off-road desert driving. Obviously, it's a little cold here. When we get snow, I am waiting for the first time the plows fail to plow the roads. Because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out and make some tracks in this sucker. The tires are just huge and monstrous and will grip in the snow, and that's what's so critical. Now, as far as the vehicle itself, I really love everything about it because it's a regular Bronco on steroids. A lot of people are calling this vehicle the Braptor because it's Bronco and Raptor, but I'm telling you, this is a freaking cool. A little bit of hill ascent. This vehicle will climb literally any hill. Now, we have driven both the Bronco Raptor and the Raptor R and the Raptor off-road on high-speed runs, and these vehicles are super capable. I just like driving this thing every day. I mean, it's so usable as a daily driver, but then, hey, I want to go off-road or I want to go out to dinner. not a problem. If you're height challenged, there is also running boards. So they've really thought about who's using this and how they're using it. And I think that's really the one thing that the Bronco Raptor has done. I know there's competitors in Jeep. I know there's competitors in the G-Wagon. That's a whole nother vehicle. Both are capable off-road. Both have their own special areas. But this vehicle just has something really special about it. Vehicle makes me smile. I don't know, it's just something about it. It's just so freaking cool. I do like the tight turning radius on this vehicle. It has completely different control arms and tie rod ends, and that makes this vehicle not just ride differently, but also handle better. I mean, if you've got a Bronco and you want to upgrade it, you got to put some of the suspension components on this. If you can, again, you're going to have to find an upfitter to get some of these cool parts added to your vehicle. I love the rev matching on this vehicle as well. You can hear it downshifting. It just sounds good. It sounds performance oriented. Yeah, it's not the 5-liter engine we wanted, but that's okay with me. This vehicle really offers a lot. On this side of the Bronco Raptor, you have your normal Bronco door, and inside there's some special features as well. One of the things you might notice is that I am a Buc-ee's fan, and that is the store that's down in the southeast. If you haven't been to a Buc-ee's, it's pretty cool. No, they're not paying me. I just think their place is hysterical and a genius marketing idea. I even have a Buc-ee keychain hanging in the front. I know I'm a little crazy, but then again, how many women are out buying Bronco Raptors? As you look at this vehicle, you'll see that the door opens up. Inside this vehicle, you'll find some very special support braces that make this vehicle a really great off-road vehicle. One of the first things you'll notice is this roll bar. It happens to be body color, which I think is great, but it's also reinforced with carbon fiber because this bar is what's going to keep you from rolling over, but it also gives structural rigidity, which is really, really important. You'll see that there's all kinds of logos up here. In the back seat, you'll see about 60 cubic feet of cargo space, but one of the things you'll notice is that this mat comes with it. Another Buck and Bronco. You'll also see that same Easter egg. I don't know if you can see it right there, right between the lights. It's another Easter egg and another 12-volt outlet in case you're going to take this thing tailgating. This has the upgraded Bang & Olufsen audio system because that is important, not just the sound of the motor. Underneath the cover, you will see tie-downs that also have the lasso, which is another Easter egg. Underneath this cover, you've got your jacking equipment as well as anything else you might need, including a funnel. Ford has really thought about who's using this vehicle, and they've made this accessory ready so you can add components to this. Again, you can take off a lot of these body panels and they fit into the back of the cargo area, which was really what it was all designed for. Since we're in the back of this vehicle, I want to show you some other things. You've got your tie downs right here, and then I want to show you some of these suspension components, including this true dual exhaust. Yes, this is a true dual exhaust. It sounds amazing. You've got Dana rear axles. They are special, and they also have an R logo on them for Raptor. Now, the Dana axles are special. They're 40s and 60s. Again, all the details on this vehicle were given to me during that Bronco interview. Check that out on our channel. You'll see the 4-wheel disc brakes. All of this is special, including the half shafts, the axle tubes, tie rod ends, ball joints. Everything is special to the Raptor. There are a few competitors in this category. Of course, the Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, which is extremely expensive in comparison to the Bronco, and the Jeep Wrangler 392, which is about $10,000 more. So there's a lot of better value here when it comes to the Bronco Raptor, which is kind of what attracted me to it. I know Jeep does a lot of off-roading, but this vehicle just is really cool. On the negative side, this vehicle is wide, which means it takes a little bit more practice to get used to parking it because of those nasty fender flares, which I love, and I think this vehicle just really has no negatives. You can drive it on-road, you can drive it off-road. It is what you would build a Bronco to if you were off-roading. So it looks cool, it rides well on the street, and it is super capable off-road. We did have a chance to drive this off-road as well as some of the other Raptor vehicles, and I have to tell you, Ford really has it right when it comes to Raptor. I know Jeep's been doing it a long time. I know the G-Wagon was designed for off-road as well as other vehicles like Land Rover and so forth. But this vehicle is just in-your-face cool. And I love the fact that it stands out in the crowd. We have driven the F-150 Raptor R. You can check that out. We had a great time driving that off-road in way north Michigan. You really need to have those places to drive a vehicle like this to get its full capabilities. If you were unable to secure a 22 model year, 23 models will be coming out soon. Again, they're not making unlimited amounts, so I suggest you go to your dealer and put a deposit down as soon as possible, because this is a vehicle that you'll definitely want to keep. I'm sure you have additional comments and questions when it comes to the Bronco Raptor. If you do, put that down in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to get you an answer, because I think if you're going to buy a vehicle like this, or even if you're looking at the Hummer, which is an all-electric SUV, certainly you want to look at your options before you make your final decisions. Check with your insurance agent as well. If you got value from this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. If you'd like to buy me a cup of coffee, the link is down below in the description, as well as social media, website, and our podcast. We appreciate your support, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.